Welcome to the Oklahoma City Thunder post-game show at the Ford Center. I'm Damon Fontenot along with Oklahoma City beat writer Mike Baldwin. Mike, Thunder once again led by 19 in this game. It ends up a three-point game, 116-113. What's going on here?
Well, I mean, this is one of those games where obviously they should have closed it out a little better, but the Kings were hot from the three-point line, 12 of 18. When a team gets hot behind the three-point barrage and their defense suffered in the third quarter, they made it a tight game. The silver lining, without question, is the angle we're going to take in the Monday Oklahoman is they are 10-9 since New Year's Eve. Only one of half the teams in the league with a winning record. This is the kind of game this team would have lost back in November. So despite all the problems and the nitpicking you can do, it ended up a W for a change. And to be 10-9 since the really the first of the year, it shows you how much the improvement this team's made, because they were 3-29 when they started on this stretch. So, yeah, a lot of mistakes. Should not have been this close, but even after they fell behind, they found a way to win.
You know, the other day we looked at the Blazers and the Thunder, and we thought that's going to be the showdown between Oden and Durant. And tonight it turned out to be a showdown between Durant and Bino Udrih. Who is this guy?
He didn't play in the game last Sunday on Super Bowl Sunday when they snapped their 8-game losing streak, because this is a bad Sacramento team right now. I think they're like 1-13 in their last 14 games. Their only wins against this Thunder team last Sunday. He didn't play, but he's one of those point guards. He doesn't dish like Chris Paul or Darren Williams or some of the other guys in the league. What he does is occasionally have hot nights scoring. That's what he did. And it was his shot, I think, best typifies why the Kings were still around late in the game. The Thunder loses the lead. All of a sudden, they've got the lead back. It looks like things are well in hand. They have a great defensive possession. Then all of a sudden, there's 1 second left. He's about to fall out of bounds. He throws it up, and it goes in. And then we got some late-game dramatics. And then we had the technical foul to end it. This is one of those games you could talk about for hours upon hours. Bottom line is this team's playing really well at home. They're only 3-20 on the road, and guess what? 6 of their next 8 are on the road against the Lakers, the Trailblazers, the Mavericks, the Suns. They've got a lot of tough tests coming up, but at least they've improved. Kevin Durant's on fire. 28 points a game the last 2 months. We're not saying 2 weeks, 2 months. He had 39 tonight. It seems like he gets 30 almost every night anymore. He's on a roll right now. This team is playing better, but they've got some really tough tests ahead, sandwiched around the All-Star break this week.
I think I noticed it seemed like there was very balanced scoring other than Durant, who had 39. You've got very balanced scoring. You got 5 guys in double figures once again. And then the assists and rebounds. It's like everyone had 7. Assists, obviously, Westbrook had 8. But it was very balanced down the line.
Yeah, you had Green and Carlson with 15 points each. Kirstich had his high since he's been here after coming back from the sinus infection that night with 14. The good point was Westbrook had 8 assists, which they're trying to get him to do, but he is only 3 of 14 from the field. He couldn't hit a shot all night long. Meanwhile, the Kings were hitting a lot of three-pointers. Their guy, Kevin Martin, who had 39 last Sunday, only 24 this week. This was 2 offensive teams that don't play good defense. That's why you saw as an offensive shootout with a lot of bizarre things at the end. But it was a shootout, and it surely was entertaining for the fans, even though I thought they probably thought they were going to coast to a win at one point in this game.
Well, the other night's game, the Blazers game, was as entertaining a game as I've seen, and tonight was once again entertaining. They give the fans their money's worth. So now they head out to play the Lakers on Tuesday night and the Blazers on Wednesday night before the extended break. What are their chances?
Well, the Lakers are going to be very tough right now. I mean, they just went and won at Boston. They went and won at Cleveland, which was 23-0 at home. And the Lakers have one of the best home records in basketball. Kobe, there's an outside chance they take you a little light. Durant, some of those guys go crazy and you upset them. I highly doubt it. Portland, you showed last Friday night, though, that your roster is about as good as theirs. Theirs is just a year or two further down the road as far as their young players are a little further advanced. But they dominated that game start to finish. It would be an upset if they went out there and won, because they're like 18-5 at home. I mean, a lot of these teams are really good at home, so that'd be an upset too. But then the other highlight of the week, in case we don't talk to you until they come home against the Hornets, by the way, when the mascot's probably supposed to be unveiled a week from Tuesday night, that will be one thing fans need to watch for. It looks like he's going to come down, maybe out of the rafters at halftime of that game, the next time they're at home, which would be a lot of fun. But they have 3 players in the All-Star weekend. They have Green, Durant, and Westbrook in the rookie-sophomore game Friday night. That's going to be on TNT. Fans can still get a glimpse of their team during the All-Star break on Friday night, so we don't want them to forget about that as well.
And Durant has promised he's going to guard Westbrook in that sophomore rookie game, so we'll see how that goes. Next time you can join us, February 17th, as Mike said, that's when New Orleans and New Orleans Hornets come to town. There may be lots of surprises in that game. Thanks for joining us from the Ford Center.